Hey everyone, it's DrSamRobbins. Now, I've been asked a few dozen times about the drug Plavix, which is actually one of the top 10 selling drugs in the world for over a decade. Basically, how does it work? And, is it safe? Are there natural alternatives and so forth? And I mention this because I had, family members, one of them being my uncle, another being an aunt of mine, who were prescribed Plavix at some point. Also, most doctors prescribe Plavix in combination with aspirin. So today I'm going to reveal the scary truth about Plavix and some of the 5 best natural alternatives that I've discovered when finding solutions for my own family. Basically, they're safer and they're going to actually be more effective than Plavix and also combined with aspirin. So the problem begins with the physicians, right, who just love pushing drugs. They're the world's #1 drug dealer. They're the only people who can prescribe drugs, and thus that's what they do best. There's no talk or very little about diet or exercise or supplements or stress management or improvement with lifestyle. Basically, just prescribe the drug and get out of my office, and I'll see you in 3 months. In fact, America, on average, takes 13 different prescription drugs per capita, and it's growing every decade. So getting back to Plavix. Plavix is like a super aspirin. Plavix makes it more difficult for your platelets to stick together. So basically it keeps your blood thinner, flowing better with the goal of improving circulation. Now, combining Plavix with aspirin dramatically increases the antiplatelet therapy. And the reason for the combination of these 2 drugs is because aspirin blocks one pathway, which platelets are activated to become stickier, right? This translates into fewer clots. And then Plavix blocks a different pathway. So the combination blocks 2 different pathways. However, both, especially Plavix, are also very hard on your stomach, cause lots of bruising all the time. It has negative interactions with numerous other drugs and must be used nonstop. That means no breaks or time off because there's negative rebound effects. And on average, most physicians prescribe Plavix for at least 1 year of use, which can be very expensive because that works out to well over $2,000 a year. And for most people, it's actually around $3,000 yearly. But things get worse because research investigating the effects of Plavix for the prevention of stroke and cognitive decline have confirmed previous findings. Now, first of all, Plavix, when combined with aspirin, significantly increases risk of death. Number 2, it doubles risk of gastrointestinal bleeding and more than doubles fatal hemorrhaging, basically bleeding. In fact, the results were so bad that the clinical study was terminated early. Now, what's interesting is that Plavix doesn't work correctly for up to 25% of the population who have the CYP2C19 gene. So first, you must do an expensive genetic DNA test to see if you have this gene and thus if Plavix will even work for you. Of course, most doctors won't tell you this because they don't even know about it and don't care. Like I said, write the prescription and get out of my office. So the bottom line here is that the whole point in taking Plavix is that it helps thin your blood, reducing that stickiness, which will hopefully result in a decreased chance of you having a heart attack or stroke, which is totally fine if the drug worked correctly and if it didn't have so many darn negative side effects. Now, improving blood flow and circulation is obviously a very important goal, especially after the age of 30. Every cell of your body from head to toe benefits from better blood flow. Your brain, your muscles, your organs, your hair, your skin, your sexual performance, and so on and so on. However, there are natural, safer, easier, and actually better ways of accomplishing these goals. So let me first discuss them. You see, improving blood flow and circulation has many aspects to it. First of all, you want to have thinner blood, right? You don't want that thick, sticky blood, which can result in blood clots, a heart attack, or stroke. And there's a natural form of aspirin that helps do this, and it's called white willow extract, a 25% extract, and it has none of the negative side effects. And combined with vitamin E and D3 can also help, again, no negative side effects. Your second goal, which is also very important, is you want to have stronger, more flexible, and pliable blood vessels. This helps avoid tears and ruptures, which can cause a heart attack or stroke, especially during times of high blood pressure. Now, a combination of acetyl L-carnitine, L-carnitine fumarate, and glycine propionate L-carnitine naturally fix this problem. Those three combinations of L-carnitine. Number 3, you want to remove excess calcium, minerals, and heavy metals out of your arteries. This decreases plaque and calcium buildup and keeps the blood flow moving faster. Now, good magnesium blend vitamin combined with vitamin K27 naturally helps this problem by taking calcium out of the arteries and puts them back in the bones where they should be. And the use of N-acetylcysteine, NAC, helps remove heavy metals out of your blood and strengthens your liver for better detoxing. Now, number 4, one thing most doctors never talk about is fibrin buildup, which is a major cause of blood clots. So you want to reduce that fibrin buildup, and using a good nattokinase supplement quickly helps fix this. And finally, you want to reduce inflammation. Ginger extract does a great job of this while also inhibiting platelet aggregation, which means it reduces the clumping of blood, which is our goal. And as you can see, there are natural solutions, right? Especially when combined together, are far stronger, safer, and more effective than taking Plavix or Plavix with aspirin, which is exactly what I did for my own family. And also below in the description area, I put an additional link to the exact formula my own family uses to improve their blood flow and circulation while simultaneously achieving all the 5 goals that I just mentioned. Now you can have better blood flow naturally without any drugs or super restrictive diets. And it works for men and women, young and old. So scroll down to the description area below, click the link and give it a try, and then let me know how it works for you. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up. Thanks for listening and have a happy and healthy day.